Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the broadcast. Well, quick disclaimer here. I am in a mood today. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of these people at the World Health Organization and the United Nations and all these globalist groups trying to tell us what the hell to do. I am tired of it. Take a look at what I'm talking about here. This is on Communist News Network, but here it is. It's time to limit how often we can travel abroad. Carbon passports may be the answer that you're looking for. It goes on to talk about this. Tourism is part of the problem. How dare you travel? The tourism sector generates around 1/10 of the greenhouse gas emissions that are driving the climate crisis. The negative impacts of tourism on the environment have become so severe that some are suggesting drastic changes to our travel habits are inevitable. In a report from 2023 that analyzed the future of sustainable travel, tour operator Intrepid Travel proposed that carbon passports will soon become a reality if the tourist industry hopes to survive. It goes on. The idea of carbon passports centers on the fact that each traveler is assigned a yearly carbon allowance that they cannot exceed. These allowances can then ration travel. It goes on to state the average annual carbon footprint for the person in the U.S. is 16 tons, one of the highest rates in the world. In the U.K., this figure sits around 11.7 tons, still more than 5 times the figure recommended by the Paris Agreement to keep global temperature rise above 1.5 Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Globally, the average annual carbon footprint of a person is closer to 4 tons. But to have the best chance of preventing temperature rise from overshooting to 2 Celsius, the average global carbon footprint needs to drop to under 2 tons by 2050. This figure equates to around 2 round trips between London and New York. So there you go, a carbon passport that tells you how often you can travel. And by the way, they totally intend to do this for the cruise industry as well. It's not just going to be air travel that's going to be limited. Well, it's also going to be the cruise industry. And by the way, CNN isn't the only one who put information out on this. It's also on Business Insider. Could carbon passports that limit how much we travel be in our future? Aw, CNN and, Business Insider care so much about the world that they want to limit how much you can travel. Keep in mind, I highly doubt this would include their own personal private jets. So it's only for us, the little people. And hey, forget about, some kind of emergency. You've used up your ration. How dare you try to fly? Your ration has been used. And by the way, they want to ration a whole lot of stuff. Speaking of, actually, I did a report on Restrictive Republic. Hopefully you're there. But as a quick reminder, take a look at this. This was published by C40 Cities. And here's their idea of what a world would look like. And this is just their assumption idea. They're just putting it out there saying this is the ultimate goal. If we get there or not, doesn't matter. But anyway, here's where they talk about flying and the ability to fly, right? And they say we need to reduce our number of flights, so we can get at that, at the 2% of total emissions. And we can do that through flights. And how much are you going to be allowed? Well, on a progressive target, you can do 1 short haul return flight every 2 years. But if we're really ambitious, you can have 1 short haul return flight every 3 years. How nice of them. Every 2 years, we get to fly one time. Very short haul. That doesn't mean you get to fly internationally. No, just short haul, every 2 years on their less ambitious target. I'm so glad they're just caring people. And by the way, that report details everything. Limiting how many clothes you buy, limiting how much electricity you use. I mean, just a lot of stuff. But you know what? These little carbon passports obviously are not the end of it. Take a look here. And this is on Reuters. IMF head says high carbon prices is the best incentive for decarbonization. Yeah, the IMF wants to tell other countries that, hey, you need to put some taxes on those people, because if you charge for those carbon prices, maybe you can send money to these global organizations to help fight what's going on with society and the planet. they're just going to tax you to death and take away every freedom that you have. This is wonderful news. Speaking of freedoms, here's something else. World Health, oh, by golly, this is crazy, right? Take a look. World Health Organization.int International, who calls on countries to increase taxes on your alcohol and your sugary sweet beverages. The World Health Organization is releasing today new data that shows a low global rate of taxes being applied to unhealthy products such as alcohol and sugary sweetened beverages. The findings highlight that the majority of countries are not using taxes to incentivize healthy behavior. Well, gee golly. You know, this is kind of weird because if they're going to tax sweets, like candy and sugar, and they're going to now tax our alcohol. Wait. What else could they tax? Well, our chips, our chips, our soups, ramen noodle. I mean, it's never ending. Everything. Half of what we eat in the United States of America is unhealthy. How dare we not get a tax? Shit. God, by golly. One second here. Okay, I'm back. After further discussion with my evil overlords, with, those who are in charge of any and everything, I have to, change my tactic. Look, all of us, because we want to save the world, because AOC, right? Mrs. AOC says we're all going to die in like 12 years, or 11 years now, because I think it was a couple years ago that she stated that. But you know what? I think it's a good idea to give away everything we have, all of our freedoms on a silver platter, so that we save the world. Just listen with me, right? Listen with me for a second. Again, I think this is a new thing for me, but these carbon passports, they're a great idea. We should only be allowed to travel so many times a year or every other or every 3 years because we're saving the world. I mean, we're going to do virtue together and we're just going to be so fun together. And, you don't need the cruise anyway. You don't really need to fly. And what about the fact that the IMF wants to charge us so much more money? Why not? Why not? Yes, you're right. IMF, go, IMF, go, IMF! Little Lord Gods with a little G. But anyway, if we actually pay and do as they say, then we can all live in a better world and life is going to be good for all of us. I mean, every single one of us. And hey, won't you want to save life? The World Health Organization says no more alcohol or sweets for you. They just want to save humanity and keep us healthy. Don't you know that that's the truth? So true. Just let them tax you to death, and then we'll all live in a better place. And as the World Health Organization puts it, you will never be happier when you will own nothing and they will own everything, and we're going to live in like heaven on earth. Can you imagine? Yeah. I'm sorry. It's fucking bullshit. Oh God. I don't know. This really hurts my hair right now. I told you I was in a mood. I did give you a warning. Lisa's in a mood. I'm just, oh gosh. Who has... They literally want to take us to zero carbon, which means no fossil fuels, no travel, no nothing. In fact, it would destroy everything as we know it. And hey, probably take a lot of people out with it. But hey, these people at the top are such good leaders that they decide to fly their jets, which pollute more than anything else. A huge amount of these emissions they're talking about. But hey, they get to still fly and do what they're gonna do. And such hypocrites, right? I mean, you're gonna sit there and limit what you do, but we're still gonna fly to our meetings on our private jets and spread the little emissions around, because we can afford the taxes that we're shoving down your throat for the alcohol, for the sweets, for, your carbons, for breathing, for cows, for meat, whatever, because they can afford it. I'm sorry, there's not enough technology. The technology isn't there yet to get us to what they want, but they're forcing it anyway because that's who they are. That's who they are. Hopefully, you guys still love me after this. I know you will. But I'm all joking aside. I mean, seriously, these people are hypocrites. But with that, please don't forget to check out my sponsor, LisaHavenGold.com with Noble Gold Investments. Look, if you haven't started diversifying your profile, you're really running on borrowed time, and I mean that. I have purposely sponsored with them because I believe in what they do. I follow and do what I am telling you to do. And right now, the dollar isn't stable. We're trillions of dollars in debt. We've got a Democrats in charge of the White House trying to spend more money that we actually don't have, sending money overseas. And right now, we just cannot stay on a stable path. So please make sure you give them a call at the number on the screen. Talk to them. They're no hassle dealers. Let them know you heard it here on Lisa Haven's show. And look, talk to them. Get gold, silver, precious metals. Get things that are going to outlast the dollar. And gold and precious metals and silvers have been proven to just that. And if you want to, at least dip your foot in the water, if you go to lisahavengold.com, the site that you see here on the screen, and I zoomed out the wrong way, but and you just fill out all the information on the screen, your name, your email, and you hit get it now. They're going to send you the ultimate gold and silver investment guide absolutely free. So at least check that out if nothing. And by the way, they are, with every approved plan, giving away this silver coin right here that you see on the screen. By the way, one of my favorites with any approved plan. But talk to them. If you're on the cell phone there, you can hit that more button for more information, or click the link in the description box below if you're here on YouTube. Anyhow, absolutely love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.